Hey everybody, welcome back to another Heart Breathings Notebook Challenge. So we missed December, which I was very upset about because it was the first time we've missed a month in years now, but only 1 month and we're right back on it. So welcome to the January Notebook Challenge. I have picked up a few notebooks since we last spoke. And part of that is because we have been in a more stable home environment. We're staying in an apartment for a few months and we actually are buying a new home. So hopefully that means I'm going to be able to get all my notebooks out of storage and everything else. So this is definitely happy news. But let me show you kind of what I've been using and some of the things that I'm going to be using over the course of the new year. So I have a couple of notebooks, a few notebooks that were Christmas gifts. So this one is one that my son got for me. He got me actually all 4 of these. So this says Art Can Change the World because I had been talking about wanting to get into doodling and doing some more kind of artwork and sketch stuff. So he got me this little sketchbook here. It's actually pretty big so that I can do all the sketching that I want to do. I don't know if this is really any good for like watercolor or anything like that. So I'll have to kind of test it, but it's definitely good for sketching and drawing things out. So I will just tell you that I did buy a couple of other things that sort of go with that. So one, I've got like just tons of stuff here that you can't see, but one of them I found at Michael's. So this is a book called 365 Days of Kawaii, How to Draw Cute Stuff Every Day of the Year. And it's so many cute little things from little burgers and fries to flamingos and pandas and mail and fruits and ghosties and all kinds of cool stuff. It does talk in the beginning a little bit about the different faces that you can make. So like different facial expressions that you can add, how to draw head, hands, feet, and different things like that, how to add color. I've had a goal for a while of being able to listen to more audiobooks. And I think that it would be helpful for me to do like some reading that way and also be either working on puzzles or working on some drawing type things while I'm listening to audiobooks, because I think that'll help me get more reading in throughout the year. I do, of course, read on my e-reader device and stuff like that, but I just haven't been reading as much as I have wanted to over the last few years since I had Evie, and I just want to get back into it. So I think this will be a good way to kind of keep my hands busy while I'm listening. So that's one book that I got. And I was so excited that Cindy from Llama Letters also just released her new book, The Ultimate Doodle Collection for Journals, Planners, and more, and it includes practice pages inside. This book is super cool. You can get it on Amazon. I know for sure is where I got it, and I actually ordered it and it was here like the very next day. So here's what she says: transform boring pages into beautiful layouts. And I just think that is so cool. And this is definitely one of the main reasons that I want to learn how to do doodles a little bit better. I am notoriously pretty bad at drawing. My sister is an artist and an art teacher, and actually my son is like a natural artist as well, but I am just not, I've never been very good at it. So I want to practice more. And here she has an index of all the different doodles arranged alphabetically so you can find out where they are in the book. But there's so many cute things. And these are more specific rather than just like kawaii cute stuff. These are more specific to holidays or events or things you might want to put in your planner, like a little cleaning bottle or, you know, different things like that. She has basic shapes and different things like that, like little cars and teas and coffees. It's so, so cute. And there are kind of spread throughout these little practice pages that you can fill up with all the fruits that you just learned to make and stuff like that. So I am very, very excited to get started with this. So I'm pretty excited about that notebook to get started. Then Andrew also got me this little set of traveler's notebooks that are a little bit more witchy. So this one says flow with your phases, and then you have some different floral ones. They are stitch bound and they all have little like flowers or moons on the back. And then they also have just lined pages with a little space here to put the date. So these would be really good for journaling, and that's probably what I'm going to use them for. Although I have another planner or another notebook that I'm going to be using for journaling right away, I think. This is one that I found out about from my group Freshly Implemented, which is now, I think, called The Modern CEO, which is Amber McHugh's mastermind group. And there is a fellow entrepreneur in there that has a site called Grit and Virtue. And these notebooks are made in the US and they're so pretty. These are like, they're just very quality made. They have this kind of canvas feel to the front, and they just look beautiful. That's super professional. It came so nicely packaged. And then you've got a couple little stickers here from Grit and Virtue. And this is specifically, she says they are made for women on a mission, and it's mostly just a journal, right? But it also has different Bible verses and motivational quotes on the bottom of every single page. So sometimes you'll have a Proverbs, or you'll have Corinthians or something like that. So on the left side, there's always a Bible verse, and on the right side, you have a quote from a powerful leader or someone in history that is really good. So I really like this, and I wanted to support her. So these pages seem really nice. They're just slightly ivory colored, and you've got a space for an index here at the front and a good quote here. And then it starts right in on the pages. And these lines are actually tiny little dots, which I really love the look of that. And then you've got a solid line at the top with a long space and then a short space. So you could write a theme or topic or what your main ideas are, and then the date. I plan to use this for a journal. So I'm just trying to decide which ones to use first and start filling up, because I have filled up my other just like daily thoughts kind of journals. My only like hold back on using this as my daily journal is just that it is, you know, heavier, and it's not going to fold back on itself or anything like that. So I would mostly just be able to use this if I was sitting down at a desk, whereas these I could be sitting outside with a cup of coffee and have it, you know, folded back like this and just have it on my lap, which is a little bit more convenient depending on how I'm planning to journal. But I think this will be it. The other way I was thinking that I could use this one is I have been also hoarding courses. Let's just put it that way. So I have always been like an eternal student. I really enjoy learning. I love, you know, reading books about how to grow as a person and as a business owner. And so I also tend to buy a lot of courses, and I haven't taken all of them. In fact, there are probably more than 10 courses I've paid for over the last few years. Some of them very short, like 1 hour kind of courses, and some of them actually pretty in detailed, like 6-week, 15-week courses that I spent quite a bit of money on that I haven't gone all the way through. And so that is a big like sticking point for me this year, is maybe some of them I need to learn to let go of and just say, okay, I'm not going to worry about that course. It doesn't really apply to me anymore. I don't know why I paid for it. Just like got caught up in some marketing, or I don't know, I had a idea that I would really use it and didn't. But some of them are really, really valuable to my business and my personal growth, and I really, really want to go through them. So the other way I was thinking about this, especially since it has the index here, is to use this as notes for the courses that I'm taking. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that might be the best use for this instead of a journal, because I could write the course name at the top and like which module it is. So I could write the name of the course, module 1, video 2, or whatever, and keep all my notes here. And then I can have it on the index here as to which course it was, because there are a lot of courses, even though they give you lots of handouts and other things, I find that I remember things better if I actually handwrite notes from them. So that's maybe the better use for this one. I do also want to say that I bought a second one of these, and you can guess why, because this will be our giveaway today. So make sure you stay to the end of the video and make sure you're subscribed and like this video for a chance to win another one of these Grit and Virtue journals. The other journal that I was thinking of using for my courses is this Le Môme journal. This is kind of like a faux leather cover with a pin loop on the side, and it also has a little page flag like this does. This one does have an elastic here, and this one is more of an A5 size. I had started journaling in this like literally one page, and so I tore that page out, and I probably will just glue those together because I started writing in it and I didn't keep up with it. So also, I've got some little page flags in the back here where Evie had gotten hold of some stickers and stuck them on the back. So there will be evidence of little toddler Evie throughout my notebooks for the rest of time. There also is a little pouch in the back if you wanted to put stickers back here. These are nice, thick pages, and I thought they would work really well for journaling or for story notes and stuff like that. And I just haven't used this notebook yet. So other than that one page. So I was thinking I would use this as a course notebook, But now I think this one's set up better for it because of that index. So we'll see how this one gets used. I actually brought this one with me on the trip. And so it has been traveling with us since August, and I still haven't used it, but I like it. It's a very nice journal, and they come in so many pretty colors that I'm really tempted to start using these for some kind of cool purpose so I can have a bookshelf full of them. The new house that we're hopefully going to be in within a month and a half has tons of built-ins, not only in the office, but also the living room, which is like such a dream come true for me to have like so many bookshelves in the house. And I have this dream of having the same brand of notebooks just lined up and all used. It just makes me feel like I would feel so satisfied with that, which I know, let me know if that resonates with you or if you think that's ridiculous, because I think that might be kind of strange, but I think also maybe some of you relate to that. So this notebook you've seen before. This is the Leuchtturm 1917 just lined journal in emerald color, and it's lined, not dot grid. It has two different little ribbons here. It does have the little pocket in the back as well. And this one I was using for my story journal, and I set this up during NaNoWriMo, and I actually did use it a bit and was tracking my daily word count. But now I had a bit of a break from working on my novel while we were moving and we had the holidays, and I took quite a bit of a break in December for various reasons. But now I'm like really anxious to get back to it. I would like to finish this book in Q1 and go ahead and have a release date by the end of this quarter. So this notebook will hopefully get massively filled up. So I'm probably going to go back through it, kind of double check that I have everything that I want in there. Next week, I'm hoping to do a drafting week. So if you watched my Q1 video reset or Kanban board reset video that I put out last week, you will know that I am doing kind of 3 different types of weeks. And one of them is a drafting week. And I'm hoping to do one drafting week every month. And that basically means that I'm going to be spending the majority of my time writing and working on my novel 3 weeks out of every quarter. And I'm hoping that will help me write more rather than trying to write 1,000 words every day or 500 words every day. I'm going to have a week every month that's completely dedicated to like massive amounts of writing and focus. So that is supposed to be happening next week. And it is also my 45th birthday, 2 weeks from today. So this upcoming week will be like what I'm calling a normal week. And then the week after that will be a drafting week. And then I'm hoping to celebrate my birthday and have that virtual writing retreat for our Heart Breathings writing community, and then take a little bit of a break after that for my birthday. So we'll see, because I don't feel 100% like I am strong enough with what comes next in the plot to start writing yet. So this upcoming week has to be strong on plotting. So I will keep you guys updated. But if I decide to do that, I probably will be sprinting quite a bit more in the Heart Breathings writing community group and in my Discord channel. So if you want to come sprint with me, let me know and we'll set some things up, some times up. I won't be doing any live sprints, but just during the writing retreat. I also didn't get a chance to show you in my planner lineup this planner, because it actually, we're pretty sure now that it got stolen. We're living in an apartment and they have like a package locker. And so when FedEx delivered it, the box was too big to go into the lockers. And so they just delivered it to the main room. And by the time I got down there, someone else had taken it. So somebody else is enjoying some pictures of my family. But luckily, Erin Condren support was super fast. I contacted them on Facebook and just said, hey, can you help me out with this? I think my package was stolen. And they literally overnighted it to me and I got it the next day, 2 days later. So it was very, very nice of them. So I got this planner replaced. And this, again, is a planner. It's not really a notebook, but it is going to serve as my like family memories notebook. So it's going to be, you could do this in any kind of notebook. It doesn't have to be a planner. But the way that I'm trying to keep up with it is I know that I don't have a printer right here to print out all the photos that I want to include. I don't necessarily know, I don't want to build it as I go. I want to like have the week finished like this week is, and then go in and have the pictures printed like at Walgreens or CVS or somewhere like that, Walmart, whatever's closest, and then spend an afternoon again listening to audiobooks. That's my plan, and going through and decorating this. So what I'm trying to do in the meantime is have these little Post-it notes on here that I can write basically what are the big things that I did during that day. And I need to catch up for the last few days so that I can when I'm trying to put it all together, I can find those pictures and tell that story that I want to tell. And I have been keeping a family memories, kind of like gaming and quotes and, just different memory planning for a few years now. And I have never had an entire year that I just like filled up the whole thing and was consistent with it. So I would love for that to be this year. And that's what I'm planning to do with this one. So it's just, this is their Just My Type in the colorful version of the vertical planner. So that's what I am using for that. And I'm planning to put photos here and then washi tape and sticker kits on the bottom. I also have a few sticker kits that are coming, and some of them shipped in December and still haven't arrived. So I'm kind of looking out for those on a daily basis, but maybe that'll give you some ideas. And if you would like to see this once it's actually, I filled out a spread or anything like that, then let me know and I can try to film a plan with me kind of style video for that. Okay, moving on. So if you saw my planner lineup, you know that I have multiple Hobonichis. This one is my tarot one. So I just thought I'd show you kind of, this year I didn't buy any like Etsy stickers or anything to start filling it up or doing anything like that. Like I don't even have tabs on this yet because the tabs I ordered are coming from the UK. So they might not be here for a month, who knows? But I do just want to go over again, kind of what I do with this planner to use it as a notebook for any of you who do tarot cards or any kind of other daily sort of spiritual ritual, like Bible, you read your Bible every day, or you do meditation or something like that every day. You might find that the Hobonichi works well as a notebook, or you might even be able to use something like just a plain lined notebook in a similar way. But what I do is I use this front part where you have basically every day of the year. It's like the months laid out with the days along the side. And I put what card I read for the day so that I can start to identify patterns. Usually at the top here, I also put which deck I'm using. So I need to write that in because I do switch out the decks. Then on the months, I will put anything that sort of stands out to me just so I can remember them, because you think sometimes when something happens, you'll remember forever. Oh, that was the day we found the house. But like then over time you start to forget. So it's nice to be able to look back on this kind of stuff. And this specifically is different from the memory planning because this is like things that are joyful that happen that felt like signs or synchronicities or guidance from the universe, if you will, guidance from God, just kind of those kind of feelings. So then I also, on the weekly pages, will write at the top of each day what card I wrote and what that card means to me. You can see I already missed a day, but I will be filling this one out tonight. And then in the daily pages, it's just journaling on how I feel that night. So I do like to have multiple journals and they have different purposes. So if I start using this as a journal, this will be like a morning brain dump, just like morning thoughts, anything I'm worried about, things I'm feeling positive about, looking forward to, just kind of that brain dump of getting all those emotions out on the page. This journal has a specific purpose of, this is my spiritual growth. Like, what does this card mean to me for today? Surrendering, learn to feel what I feel, but to manage my emotions so they don't get the best of me. There are lots of little things that go into this. And of course, this is super, super thin and will thicken up as the year progresses. I have also been using this little Hobonichi, and this one does not have the weekly pages. And so far, I haven't really used the overview of the year or the monthly pages. I've just been using the daily pages, and it's basically just a daily affirmations things. And it's not, when I first started deciding that I was going to do this, I was like, okay, what if I write one single goal every single day? Like, we bought a new house, we bought a new house, we bought a new house, like every single day, the same goal. But then I realized that there's lots of things I'm trying to bring into my life right now. There's lots of different things that I'm focused on. And so I just thought every day I'm going to sit down and write whatever is going to put my mind at ease or whatever I'm feeling like most drawn to write about. So for some days it's, we bought our dream house, or I lost 50 pounds, or book 12 is complete. So some days I write multiple things. I feel good. I am safe. Our home purchase will be easy. I lose weight with ease, those kind of things. I easily follow my food plan because I have just started Brightline eating again, which is a big journey for me. For those of you that have been following me for the last few years, that was a food plan that I was following when I was trying to have a baby, and was told that I probably would not likely be able to. And so it took me multiple years of following that diet plan and cutting out all sugar and flour before I finally was able to kind of conquer my PCOS symptoms and have Evie. And then after she was born, I sort of fell completely out of that healthy eating. And over time, not only has my weight increased, but also I have had more fatigue, more anxiety. And most of you know now that I have been struggling with anxiety more than normal over the past 6 months. And so I think that my food intake has played a role in that, like my sugar intake. And so I'm just trying to get back on that for myself. And so I will write those little daily affirmations in there. And it's funny because I don't know if you guys can see that there's like a little ring on here because I've been setting my coffee cup on the top of this plastic not coffee cup, but I've been drinking mostly teas lately. So I probably need to stop doing that. This one is another version of that same exact planner. If you watch my planner lineup video, you know that I bought two because the Animal Crossings one was originally sold out and then I was able to snag it. So now I have two. So the other thing that I was thinking of doing is another kind of art project. Now this would not be something I would necessarily want to stick to every single day. So this may be something that ends up being a planner that's used for years and years instead of just 2022. But I bought this tiny little portable watercolor kit. I don't even know if they're any good. Spearer Farben, I have no idea. They had pretty good reviews on Amazon and it was pretty inexpensive, like maybe $10 or something. And it has these tiny little tins of watercolor that are said they're pretty vibrant colors, and they're very basic colors. Just, you can blend them over here and things like that. But it's also portable and it's super easy. I had a bunch more like watercolors and acrylics and gouache and different stuff, even though I have never really been into art. I bought a lot of that stuff hoping that I would learn more about art and be able to take some Skillshare classes and learn that kind of stuff. But I often did not pull it out of my storage because I was afraid it's too messy, it's too many things. So I thought, okay, now that we're on the road, simplify, go more minimal, buy this tiny little one that I can easily put away. I can easily clean it. I just bought like one little basic round brush, and I was thinking there are tons of classes on Skillshare. So I was thinking of watching a class, kind of practicing what they teach, putting on my headphones and my audiobook and doing some painting in here, and not really thinking about the days, but just enjoying the way it feels to do watercolor on a Hobonichi. And then if I can do watercolor on this sketchbook, which I'm not sure of yet, I might use that as well to color in some of those doodles and drawings. So that's how I'm thinking I'm going to use this, although I have not bit the bullet yet and done it. So we'll see kind of how that goes. Okay, just a couple more things. So again, these are kind of more planners than notebooks, but you could use these anyway. So this is my Happy Planner Classic, and I've added some pages here with some meal plan type stuff and some notes that I was taking, but I am writing my daily weight here on the monthly page. And then on the weekly page, you can see I started Brightline Eating on Thursday last week. And so I'm going to be keeping track of my weight loss and my progress on the program here in this planner. And I've just used these 3 vertical boxes to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you've been thinking about a meal plan, regardless of if it's a diet or Brightline or anything like that, consider taking something like a Happy Planner or an Erin Condren that has the 3 vertical boxes. Michael's also has a Recollections brand planner that has the 3 vertical boxes for your meal planning. I have found this to be such a great way to plan my meals because it keeps all my breakfasts together, all my lunches, all my dinners, and we can leave this out on the counter. I usually leave it turned to whichever part of the week it is, and then I can just easily see. And so can George. So if I'm in a live stream or I'm doing something else, George can come out and he can be like, oh, okay, we're having broccoli tonight, and he can go ahead and get started on dinner, and then I'll come out and join him. So that really makes things really easy. Plus, then you're eliminating decisions that you have to make later in the week because I made them all already on Sunday morning, and we can get groceries for the week. Everything's prepped, everything's ready to go. And then we can just follow the plan. And that has been super helpful, but I thought I would show you an example of what a week looked like there. The other thing that I had mentioned in my planner lineup video that I'm using here is this is the Erin Condren teacher planner. And I have put in these stickers to kind of redate and then whited out the dates over here so that it becomes a 7-day planner. And then I started the program on Thursday. And basically how I'm using this is the top box is my checklist for Brightline eating and a little thing of like whether I did my meditation and how hungry I was throughout the day. The second one is what I call soul fuel, which comes from, again, Amber McHugh, which is basically just anything that kind of lights you up or makes you feel fulfilled. The happy things that you've done, like YouTube binge or getting a little extra rest, chatting with friends, out to dinner with family, shopping, of course, for new journal. That's a good one. Then I have this third box is glow up, which is my weight loss each day and anything else that I do. So like this could be also like if I get my hair cut or I get new skincare or, you know, whatever. Then movement and water here, I'm tracking how much water I'm drinking, my yoga daily, my steps. This one is very low because it was on the charger most of the day, but I have a Fitbit that I use to track my steps throughout the day. It's been really cold here, so we haven't been going for our daily walks. And I feel like part of that is because we just don't have big coats here. We have big coats for the kids, but George and I just have like hoodies. So we probably need to buy better coats. And then this final one is just a little place for me to put notes. So I'm kind of experimenting with how this works. And so far I like it. And I did try to draw a little bathtub over here when I took a bath and it turned out terrible. So this is why I need Cindy's book about how to doodle in your planner, because I think that'll help a lot to have cute little doodles throughout this planner. But I do have another tool that I was thinking of using for my Brightline eating checklist. So let me pull this up. So this is my good notes on my iPad, and I'm going to kind of put it over here so it has hopefully less glare on it. But basically this came from my friend Jen. Sometimes you know her as J.D. Robinson. She also writes as Satchula, sometimes on Wattpad, but she was one of my first original critique partners and is one of my best friends. And she is also doing some dietary changes at the beginning of this year. And so we've been kind of catching up with each other. And she had this idea to kind of create a template for putting in photos of what you've eaten, or like you guys may know this from my HB90 system too, but I like to have not only the pre-plan, but then I like to have a thing where I mark what I actually accomplished. So I might say, I'm doing this many task blocks this week, but here's how many I actually did, because it's one thing to plan, it's another thing to follow through. And so this is kind of like a follow through tool of saying, I've got my happy planner that has my plan for the week, but this is whether or not I followed through with it. And she created something with these 3 boxes on Canva and then uploaded it to her GoodNotes. So I kind of took her idea of the 3 boxes and a little notes section and created my own version in Canva, and then a mix here. Some of these you can see, these are stickers from, I got it, it's a Kawaii sticker pack. Zaka Digital is where I got that on Etsy. So I took those little stickers in a mix of things that I created on Etsy. And every day I'm going through and saying my level of hunger, anxiety, energy, joy, and productivity, and just kind of coloring in how much of that bar I think I hit. Like high hunger would be covering up most of the bar, low productivity. Then I have these little check boxes for no sugar, no flour, weighed my food, and ate 3 meals a day. So that's kind of redundant to this box up here. So I'm not sure I'll use both of these, but for now I'm kind of just trying to see. And then I have a place to mark my weight loss, my water, my exercise, the food. So I can either put what I ate or I can actually put a photo if I want, and then daily notes here with some little bunny slippers at the bottom, because in Brightline Eating, they talk about bunny slipper days, because especially at the beginning of the program, cutting out sugar and flour is pretty harsh and pretty hard to do. So yeah, I've got that there. Here you can see the blank template, and I can just copy that over and over again. Here I was kind of practicing. And then I also was kind of playing around with, I have tons of these stickers that I bought from Etsy. And so they have certain things like the little plates or the little fork and spoon are in different colors. So I was playing around with some different color schemes there as well. And then all you have to do is go into this like overview where you see the thumbnails, click the down arrow and click duplicate, and it just creates another page of that same one. So it just makes it easy to have the entire journey. And then another thing that Jen was doing that I probably will do too is that at the end of the week, she created like an overview page of how much she'd lost for the week, how many Brightline days she had, or how many days she had following her plan, how many days she did well with low anxiety, or, you know, whatever. So just an idea. If you have good notes, it might be something interesting to do. Create a template kind of thing in Canva, and then be able to carry that through into your planner. But those are all the notebooks. So again, another kind of long video as we kind of get back into the notebook challenge. We also, first, let me show you this. We were at Barnes & Noble last night too, and I bought these brand new glitter pens, and I feel like it's such hit or miss when you buy glitter pens, but these are from Uli. This was about 20 bucks, and then with my Barnes & Noble membership it was like 15. But the colors are really cute and pastel, but they actually write really nicely. So many glitter stickers or glitter pens I have bought in the past did not really write that great, but I really like the way these write. These are 0.8 thickness, so they're thicker. But I feel like with glitter pens, you can't really get super fine glitter pens because then the glitter won't come out. It's like gets stuck. But they have a nice glittery sheen to them, and they write really nicely. So these are going to be my new journaling pens, and I might start using some of that glitter in the here to add a little bit of color to this sort of black page. So pretty cool, neat little pins there that I did purchase. But I also wanted to talk about our diverse read of the month. And this month I am actually going back to an older book that I have never read. This is one that I have always wanted to read and haven't, so I'm making a commitment to read it this month. So let's talk about this book. So this month's diverse read is Beloved by Toni Morrison. So I'm just going to pull up this Amazon page because it's the easiest place. But this book came out originally in 1987 and won the Nobel Prize for Literature. And I have wanted to read this for so long. And what made me think about it right now is because the New York Times, I think it was, just recently put out a list of the top book that was voted in over the last 125 years. And To Kill a Mockingbird was first, but in that list of the top 5 was Beloved. And this is just something I've wanted to read for a long time. So here's what it says on Amazon, though there is a longer description I think that you can find on Wikipedia. Setha, its protagonist, was born a slave and escaped to Ohio, but 18 years later she is still not free. She has too many memories of sweet home, the beautiful farm where so many hideous things happened, and Setha's new home is haunted by the ghost of her baby, who died nameless and whose tombstone is engraved with a single word, Beloved. Filled with bitter poetry and suspense as taut as a rope, Beloved is a towering achievement. If you want to read it with me, I'm going to be reading this month, and I have included a link to buy it down on Amazon in the description box. But of course, you can find this book at any library, any bookstore where books are sold. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you decide to read Beloved, or if you have read it before, please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you have any other books by Toni Morrison or any other Black authors, specifically Black female authors, I would love to pick up some more books, especially maybe some that I have missed along the way that are classics, like some of the best books. So I would love to see your suggestions for diverse reads by Black women in the comments. So please include those. Now we have our giveaway for the month. So I'm giving away this Grit and Virtue in Stone, I think is what this color is. It's a beautiful gray. This is a nice notebook, y'all, and I think that you will love it. I'm gonna leave a link down below for where you can get your own Grit and Virtue journal, but I will be giving this away to one lucky winner and sending it out as soon as I hear from you. So all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button on this video, and comment down below. Any comment that you make, even if it's just a heart emoji, counts as an entry. So I would love to see you guys down there in the comments. Thank you so much for being here for our first notebook challenge of the year. I do so love to do these, and I appreciate you guys listening to me chat about how I'm using my notebooks. And I would love, as always, to see your notebook stacks over on Instagram. You can find me at Heart Breathings, and you can use the hashtag HB Notebook Challenge. All right, you guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. We are so close now to 50,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this video video and you have not yet subscribed, but you love the notebook challenges and my other content, I would love for you to subscribe now so we can hit that 50K and you can become part of our Hearties community. Love you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.